It has begun. 100 artists enter, 2 leave with their
Welcome
dignity.
everybody. We're starting a little bit early so we can chat and stuff. It's gonna be a good one today.
Chatting, junk and stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Good evening from Germany. Soon it will be, I don't know how you say good evening, but you say to say good morning in German, it's like Guten Morgen.
Yeah, that's
right.
Like the extent of my German as well.
Wiederholen Sie bitte.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Critique Arena. I got my glasses on, so you know this is serious.
Nice.
I want to show you all what I just finished inking. Look at this.
That is amazing, Jake.
Skull Chaser. I'm particularly happy with the severed end of
The
the
severed
leg.
hand. Do we get to know whose hand that was?
Yeah, it's that guy right there. The
Oh.
guy yelling.
By the way, what did you think of my my points on how the Mandalorian stole from aliens?
Well, I mean, they've been doing homages the whole both seasons, and even Book of Boba Fett does something straight from Lawrence of Arabia.
I need to tell Disney that I was just doing homages with all my little hero art.
I mean, no, it's only fair if you're a filmmaker and you work for Disney. Sorry, Will, it doesn't work the other way. And you saw the episode where the ATST walker comes out of the jungle, out of the forest, and blasts them. That was straight from Seven Samurai, you know. Because you remember the mech from Edo period Japan in that movie, right? No.
What language were you just speaking?
People are asking who our third host is. This right here is Asa Shirtliff. He is our keeper of the curriculum. Right. Yeah. But he's also our Critique Arena specialist.
Yeah.
Let's say. So,
but a fun fact, Austin came and interned with us, kind of a little working sort of thing in the beginning.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And now he's our boss, and he tells us what to do because he went to school and he learned a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So he talks good now.
He talks good.
He's all grown up.
And he makes our lives hell when we're creating classes.
Here's the deal. This is Austin makes us look good, and that's the end of it. That's the end really of it what.
Yeah.
He's you've turned yourself into a linchpin, Austin.
There you go. That was the goal.
He's probably the nicest one of our group, next to you, Jake. I'd put you second, and I'd put Austin first. He's nice. But you can't get Austin upset.
No, you can't. You can't.
Oh, that's hilarious. Well, a lot of people are saying hi to me, and it's fun to see that. So for everybody who doesn't know, I'm the one who takes your art and uploads it when you submit it for Critique Arena. So I've chatted with several of you when you have submitted your artwork incorrectly.
Here's how you know Austin is a good guy, because when his kids are beating the crap out of his house in the background, he's just like going along in the meeting, just chill.
There will be like Braveheart style warfare behind him,
with
and he's
the
just
kids
like,
in the background.
Will you get me that file, Jake? I
look for signs of him like getting ready to just lose it, and it's not there at all. He's just not. I bet you're a good dad.
I'm trying. Yeah.
I would have been like, just wait until I get off of this Zoom call.
All right. Should I hit record and
we need to get going.
Critique
Arena?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna share my screen, sharing screen. Let's do it this way.
By the way, lots of great entries on this one. There was over 100.
Yep.
Taigas. Do you know what that's from? Taiga. Bird. Birdie.
All right, welcome to Critique Arena, number 33. Tiger, because it's the year of the tiger. Glad to have everybody here. The entries this particular month were phenomenal, and they just blew us away. Like some new people came out of the woodwork and submitted stuff. Old people who've been around Critique Arena for a while submitted stuff. So it was just a nice spread of artwork and really hard to pick. But before we get to that, we have a few announcements. Austin, would you like to do our announcements for us?
Yeah. So for those of you who are interested, we are going to be starting another round of Children's Book Pro here in just a few weeks. So if you go to childrensbookpro.com, you can sign up to get some emails about as soon as about when the sales card is going to launch. So that's, I think, happening next week or so. I think it's next week on Monday when we're going to start offering that. So hopefully, if you're interested, you guys come check it out. It's a really amazing course. I know you guys have had some really great feedback from people who've taken it. So we'd be excited to have anyone who's interested join us for the next round. The next thing is, this is something that's kind of really relevant to Critique Arena, but we have a new class by Will Terry coming out really soon called Developing Great Visual Stories. Almost everything is ready and it's going to launch. And this is the class that you want to take if you want to help yourself win something like this challenge we have this month. So I know in 2 months we have, or in next month's is, I think, another single word prompt again. And this is a perfect class to help you create and generate some good creative ideas to build, a really solid story into the artwork you're doing. So be ready, be on the lookout. That should be coming out anytime. And if you're a member, if you go into the student dashboard, go down to the bottom right corner, you'll see a little button that says what's new. We're posting announcements there. We're trying to post at least 1 or 2 a week. And so we'll be announcing it there first, and then through email and everything else. So be checking up on that. One thing I just wanted to mention, so we've made some changes for submitting artwork that a lot of you already have seen, but just to make sure everybody's on the same page, we've gotten rid of the need to use the template. We found that it works okay without having you guys use the template, but the 2 requirements you need to make sure you follow still is that the widest side, either the height or the width, needs to be 1200 pixels exactly, and then the other side smaller than that. And then the second thing is on the very bottom of your submission, your artwork, you just need to have a little white bar that has your name in it. You can have your social media handle for Instagram or website, whatever information you want about you connected to your art. Just have a little white bar underneath it and put that information there. And one thing that we're testing this month that we're probably going to start using next month is having you guys submit by uploading through the SES Learn student website. And so if you're interested in trying that, go to your student dashboard, click on the Critique Arena button up at the top. You'll see a little thumbnail for Critique Arena at the top of your student dashboard. Click that, and it will take you to the Critique Arena course shell that we have, and you'll see one that says Submit Your Artwork. And if you click that, you could upload it there. If we do end up making that switch, we'll just switch the link on the Critique Arena website that's saying Submitting Your Artwork to go directly to that page. But we're just testing it out this month to see how it works. So if you're interested, you want to submit it there instead, feel free. Don't worry about, don't try to submit it to both if you can, or I'm going to get real confused if I've got multiple entries from 2 places. So if you're interested, try submitting it there, and you should be getting a confirmation once I download it if you submit it through the website, the SES Learn website. Then the last one is just the format for Critique Arena. It's changing up, and I think we'll just let you guys take it away here.
Yeah, sounds good.
So
yeah, as you know, we had a survey for Critique Arena participants last week, and we wanted to kind of find out what you guys thought about Critique Arena. And we took some of that input and we're putting the critique back into Critique Arena. So first things first, we're going to look at our honorable mentions, and we're giving a critique to 4 pieces that just barely didn't make it into the top 16. And we're gonna give a quick critique to each of them, and tell you what we think could have stemmed the tide or just pushed you over the edge a little bit. So number 1, we've got this one by Ariella or Aurelia, sorry. For some reason, really quick, this is just a Zoom thing. It's staying on Austin instead of the person speaking for the image, right? Like
it's highlighting you right now.
It is? Okay. Yeah. Okay, just making sure. Okay. So Will, looking at this, what would you, is there anything looking at it, just your gut reaction, anything looking at it that you would do to like make it a little bit better? Number 1, I love, while you're thinking that, number 1, what I love about this is there's a very clear story being told. Tiger is having a birthday party by himself. He's super sad. And so the storytelling's here, and then all of his friends are like showing up with surprises. So I really like that. But is there something that you could look at here to just give it a little bit more something?
I mean, I would probably lean towards making it a little less symmetrical, like maybe the hippo could be much larger on one side, and maybe the window's off center a little bit. The other thing is, when you're trying to hold an image together like this that's got a full background, a full bleed, you want to darken the edges a little bit more, and so you've got the characters on the side that are kind of framing it, but it gets so light at the edges towards the top that it kind of falls apart, and that middle window is so dark that just to make the whole piece work better, I would do that. I call it framing. What do you call it, Jake?
Yeah, framing's good, or just composition. So like, I'm just gonna shrink this one down a little bit, and because I like drawing over, I like looking at it from a smaller, just from a smaller dimensions. But if hippo was like hippo sized, she's wearing a dress or something, and she's got one hand up there like that, and then we have bear, which could still pretty much be bear sized, but then pig could be just a little bit bigger, and then you've got bunny,
just varying the sizes. Now that creates a story problem in that the tiger would see him out there more easily, and they're supposed to be
not necessarily. I mean, not if they're not looking, if he's not looking, and then this is really good, where you've got the light tiger against this black background. Definitely looks very good that way. But I think ultimately composition would help this one a little bit more. And then like you're saying, some sort of, let me just move this over here. Like darker around the edges or something like that. And really what's fun to do sometimes is you can use this as another storytelling thing. Like you could have a tree shadow right there. So it looks like they really are outside, something like that. So all right, that was that one. Let's move to the next one. Okay, so this is by Rachel Horn, and this one was really compelling in that, like we did stop, we looked at it, we considered it, but ultimately, and it made our first initial pass at like, okay, we're definitely, this is going to be in that first pass of let's just pick all the ones we like, and then we have to whittle down like the top 16. So this one made it to that. But the storytelling was just a little unclear, I think, for this one. Will, what does it look like is going on in here?
Well, I mean, the little girl obviously sees the tiger dog. I mean, it looks like a dog that might be dressed up like a tiger. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So
and so it's not tiger size. I think it needs to be, if it is a dog and you're going to dress it up, it needs to be obvious that it's dressed up.
Yeah. Or and then the fact that they're passing some sort of bookstore or coffee shop, and then there's the garbage can with the tiger in it. Like, I keep looking at it like, okay, there's a story here, but the more I look at it, the more I realize like I cannot figure out what the story is. Who put the tiger in the garbage can, or is the tiger just living in there?
Yeah.
What does this background, like, what does this bookstore have to do with the whole thing? It might make more sense where it's like, it's a pet shop or something like that, and this tiger escaped. He's not in a garbage can. Maybe there's like a hole in
somebody
the wall
in the pet shop looking for him.
Or maybe the tiger's in the pet shop and the kid's like, I want the tiger,
But I love the little girl pulling. I mean, if anybody's had kids, that's what you go through when you're walking a kid down the street. So that part is great. We just need to know why, what is the tiger all about? And being that it's the prompt is tiger, it really should focus around the story of the tiger.
So ultimately this one came down to, I liked the style. I really like, this is kind of a Lee White, and not that it's Lee White style, but it of the three of us, this is more in his ballpark. So he was definitely really into this style as well. I think it looks cool, but ultimately style is one thing, story is another thing, and they have to work well with each other in order for it to make a good post or a good image. All right, this one, beautifully rendered, like the lights coming in, you've got light on the ground, everything is just like, there's so much detail, so much to look at, and this really is a nice piece. But composition, if I were to just cut this absolutely in half, and you've got this character which is essentially like so far in the middle that it almost like it's too on the nose, you know what I mean? Well, like too much of this character right in the middle, and I want to see him maybe over here like this, with all these guys on this side, looking at him, right? Almost like it's a performance or something like that. And I think that would make it a lot more interesting. What do you think, Will?
Yeah. And so the offsetting the main character is really important. The other thing on this one is there's the characters are so fun and appealing, the toys and everything, and the kids having fun. I want to see, for children's storytelling, you can't afford to put a piece in your illustration that isn't going to make an art director just go, wow. And the way you make an art director or an editor go, wow, is to tell a really interesting story. A kid having fun to me is not interesting. This is a really well done kid having fun, but I want to see more of a conflict. I want to see something that's more clever. And maybe one of the toy animals is real, and we don't, and it's snuck in there, and we're going to find out, he's got, maybe there's a squirrel or something that's coming through the window. I don't know. Something that is unique. And so that's my take on it.
Yeah. Good one. All right, this one again, another beautifully rendered image. The texture on it's so nice. The sort of cutout paper feel to it is a little is like impressive. Character design is impressive, but we had to ultimately pass on it because of this glaring like tangent, right? Why on earth is the fishing pole like resting, or is the tiger resting?
Not a fishing pole, but the light stick, the stick to hold the light.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, stick to hold the light. It's just like all you had to do was move this tiger thing right there, and you could still be looking at it. It's just it draws so much attention. You know what is attention, but it's giving, like, it's noticing where the tension is, right, in something, and it just draws your eye right there instead of right here, which is where I should be looking.
Right.
But
and you can't tell, whenever you have a tendency like that, what it does is it takes planes, and I don't know if you can see my hands, but it moves them together.
Yeah.
You can't tell what's in front or what's in back.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
it's awkward because, like, is the tiger gonna go, I'm being hit by this stick and have to move it.
Right. So just look at this, right? So so what we have here, I'm just gonna do this. We have two panels, right? Two squares. And one of these, which one looks closer? Which one looks farther away?
The big one looks closer.
Yeah. Okay. What happens when I just like do that? Now what does it look like? Looks like there's a little one and a big one. Just, yeah, same object, or a little one and a big one touching each other, right?
Yeah.
But as soon as you like give them a little bit of space, then it looks like one's closer, one's farther away.
Yeah.
And essentially what you're doing here is you're it's an optical illusion. So just a thing to watch out for. Like, just do, like, anytime you're doing composition, do everything, work on it, and then do one tangent pass where you look at everything and be like, oh, okay, is that where, does everything work here? Okay, we're good. And then move on. And pretty soon, once you've done that like 4 or 5 times, 20 times, it just becomes natural, and you could spot it a mile away.
Mark saw coffee in that little drawing.
Yeah. Okay, hey, so the last one here we wanted to talk about was Catherine's, and the rendering on this is magnificent. Again, just really beautifully done. The main issue with this one is this big, like, nothingness in the middle. Like, it just is this zone of everything kind of is pointing towards this, and there's nothing there. And I think all you have to do is to fix that is, just like put it.
And another thing that go along with that, just remember this. It is extremely difficult to design a compelling composition with 2 characters. If you can avoid it, if you can add a third animal, something in there, because then you can triangulate. Your composition can go in a triangle instead of, right now it's the eye movement is vibrating back and forth between the tiger and the girl. They're taking the same amount of attention because they're about the same size. They have the same, both have warm colors. So you don't have a really good, fun circular eye movement or an amoebic shaped eye movement. You have this tension back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah. So like, what if like right here is like, some sort of like toucan.
It helps. Yeah.
Right. Like, just do something like that. And now you just have, but if you don't want to make it, I mean, now you're adding a third character, which might mess up the story. But in which case, maybe it is just a matter of, let me, whoops.
I mean, if I were doing this assignment, I had to do, when the moment when the girl sees a tiger, I would make one of them in the middle or background and one of them in the foreground.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have them facing off.
Yeah. Or yeah, you're right. That's a good point. It could be like let me just I'm just going to do a smaller sheet here. Could be like the tiger is in the foreground and you've got girl in the background.
Yeah.
Looking at them.
Then you can have a large shape and a small shape.
Yeah. And so then it's like it's doing this sort of thing.
Yeah.
All right. We have spent a lot of time on critiquing. We haven't even gotten to the arena part yet. So we were only supposed to do that for 10 minutes or 5 minutes, something like that. So let's just do the next part. Time to enter the arena, everybody.
Okay.
Well, Jake, real quick, while you're opening up the bracket, I was just going to let some people were talking about this prompt for this month right now for February.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to clarify what the concept is with this kind of story prompt that we gave.
Please
do. Imagine it as if it is the one sentence line that goes on that page in like a picture book. So you're illustrating a full page illustration for like a picture book or whatever it is, and that's like the one line that goes into that that gave you the inspiration to draw that image that would go in that book with that text. So some people were also wanting clarification, like when it says trashed, like it's talking about the idea that it's a big mess. And somebody pointed out, and it's a great comment, is we're looking for you to really utilize the background of that garage to tell a lot of story. So really think about like the props, the objects that you're putting in there, and the story it tells.
Yeah.
So for that one, that's like that's a huge opportunity that you could miss, that you don't want to in that kind of image.
Right. So you want to win Critique Arena this next time, you're going to have a good story in your image, and you're going to have appealing characters, and then you're going to have a good composition. Right? Those are like the three things we keep coming back to for everybody. All right. You guys ready for this? Let's go straight to the arena. And what we're going to do first this time is we're going to do a 30-second flash round voting for everybody. And we're just going to burn through Critique Arena as fast as we can so that we have time left over to do critiques on each of the top 16. Okay, does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So initially, the way we've done it last year, or the last 20 times, is we would each say one thing we like about these. We're not going to do that. We're going to let you guys vote, and then we are going to figure out who our winner is, and then we're going to critique all 16. Sound good? All right.
Sounds good.
Here we go. And I'm only keeping these polls up for 30 seconds. So if you want to vote,
this is lightning quick, you guys.
Yep. So if you want to vote.
And like for next time, some of you might have seen the email, but we're going to try to have the top 16 uploaded to the Critique Arena website by the day before, so you have a chance to like check everybody out, so you can kind of spend a little bit more time looking at them and prepping for the vote.
Yep, that's right. Okay, I'm ending the poll and sharing the results. And you guys, okay, we're gonna have to do this one more time. That's really good. You know what? This is interesting because without one of us, without us saying which one, what we like about them, it really leaves it to people. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna relaunch the poll, and this time we are running it for 20 seconds. I mean, everyone's just gonna vote for the same thing over and over again. I don't know.
Maybe
We'll
we'll
see.
change
Maybe
their
people who
opinion.
didn't vote last time are now like, oh, my vote does count.
If you
So-
change your opinion, make sure someone else is changing their opinion with you.
Right, exactly. All right, I'm ending the poll and I'm sharing the results. And it was close, but
Okay.
we did get a winner. Okay, so congratulations, Chris Atkins. You move to round 2. Let's move to this one next. We've got Josh White versus Julia. I'm not even going to try. Maybe I will. Higatouche. All right. Here we go. Launching again. 30 seconds. Really nice.
Yeah,
Again,
these
you
are-
can see
these are
already
both-
we're 4 pieces into it, and you can see the level of quality we're getting for this time around.
Yep.
All right. 5 more seconds, guys. Put your sandwich down. Go click.
It's hard, isn't it? This is what we
It
go
is hard.
through. It's hard to make these picks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm ending the poll. I'm going to share the results. And Josh.
Hey, Josh wins.
Josh moves to the next round. Congratulations, Josh. All right. Jason versus Miranda. Miranda is a no stranger to Critique Arena, so it'll be cool to see this one. Let's see. Here you guys go. I like this. I'm not saying anything because sometimes one of us is a little more.
I think this is more
enthusiastic than the
fair.
other.
I'm curious to find out if you guys like this better.
Yeah.
This format.
Yeah.
We need more time to look at the images.
I know, but remember, for next month, we'll have them. We have them up. We had them up yesterday as well, but we'll try to get you emails and announcements sooner and give you a chance to check it out quicker.
And Jeremy
earlier.
says he likes it better. It's intense. Forces us to vote with our gut.
Yeah. Okay. I'm ending the poll. And Jason
Okay, Jason moves forward.
beats out Miranda Hoover. Oh, what the heck? Okay, here we go. I accidentally clicked on something weird. All right. Next one. Okay, I'll let you guys have 10 seconds to look at these before I launch the poll. How's that? That way you guys can look at. Also, Miranda, you had a great piece. Sorry you didn't make it to the next level.
Azia does not like it this way.
Okay, you guys ready? You guys all got a good look. Here, I'll zoom in a little bit more there. A, B, and here we go.
A or B, or B or A, or B.
And now you're just throwing people off.
Incidentally,
A.
you'll notice Kate Presley here. She submitted 2. There's 2 people who submitted 2 tiger
Asia,
pieces.
that's right.
And this is one of them that she did the tangent with the light pole on the other one. So you kind of improve your odds if you have time to do 2 entries. But as a rule, if you do submit 2 or 5 entries, we're only going to pick one of them. So I don't know. We can't have like a Critique Arena with 5 of your entries in it. Okay, I'm going to end the poll and share the results. A wins again.
All right, Kate.
Something good about that A position. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys look at these 2. Yeah, there we go.
Right
Not
there.
cutting them off.
It's cut off just a little bit.
Which one's cut off?
Johanna. I guess it's not cut off.
No.
It's just
Okay, you guys all got a good look. Okay, we're gonna relaunch this poll and go ahead and vote for it. Johanna versus Asya. Asia, I think is the real
Asia.
Yeah, she was saying it's Asia, and Asia. Chris brought this up, but she did an insane amount of submissions this last month. She was just going through it like crazy. It was pretty great.
Yeah. All right, that's 30 seconds. I'm going to end the poll. Share the results. And this time B moves forward.
All right.
So there we go. Now we are at Merrick and Mary. Merrick is also no stranger to Critique Arena. In fact, one of our top winners. But as with all Critique Arenas, you know what happens. You can easily be dethroned by another newcomer. So, okay, we're relaunching the poll. Let's see what you guys think. Corey says in the chat, thank you so much for critiquing honorable mentions. I hope that this will become something you do each time. Everyone who entered but wasn't in top 16, myself included, will be on the edge of their seats, hoping you will critique our image. And absolutely, the voting without comments from the guys is much more fair. All right.
It is. It is because, you know, if it was one of us making all the comments, this is still better in my opinion.
All right, Abe wins. So Merrick dethroned.
And just so you guys know, like, so for those of you who participated in that survey we did for Critique Arena, I read every one of your comments. There was a lot, and that's why we're doing a lot of this, because a lot of you said how much you loved whenever the guys have done honorable mentions, and the opportunity to find out, you know, what you could have done different. So definitely we want to do that.
Okay, so take a look at this.
I have to say overall, the storytelling on all of them has gone up huge.
Yeah, I think it helps. It also helps to have just a one-word prompt too. Okay, we're gonna vote. So we've had honorable mentions. Should we start doing horrible mentions? Like the 5 worst?
These were the worst ones. That's horrible.
Absolutely worst ones.
That's horrible.
You know, please don't ever submit to Critique Arena again.
You know what's funny is I remember being in illustration class and knowing that I had the worst one sometimes, you know, based on how the teacher reacted. It doesn't feel good. Just so you know.
This is a close one. Check this out. A wins. It squeaks by a tiger's tail.
Yep.
So good job. And Kim, good job as well. Sorry you didn't make it past the first round. Okay, hold on. Asia, how did Asia have 2 in here? Or is this a different Asia?
Nope, that's something you have to ask yourself, Jake.
What? This okay, hold on. Let me real quick. You guys just wait a second. How did this
Whoops. You guys aren't recording this, are you?
No, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull one from our honorable mentions thing, and I'm sorry.
We don't want an Asia divided against itself.
Right. Okay, we're just keeping things interesting.
Miriam says she thinks.
Okay, so those are our top 16. Just give me a second, guys. We're gonna find it. top 16. And here is, I'm just looking through.
Jeopardy music.
I almost picked another one of Asia's. She made multiple honorable mentions. Okay. Man, how do I narrow it down? They're all good, so I'm just going by story. I'm looking at these, going by story, and we're gonna pick this one. Ooh. Okay, this is Melissa Bailey. Congratulations.
We're professionals, guys. Trust us. We're professionals.
Yeah,
we know what we're doing.
This is I think this is the first time that's happening for Critique Arena. Okay, now we've got a good look at these two. And I'm going to launch the poll, and let's see. It'd be funny if everyone just picks Melissa's because it's fresh. We're gonna do it for 15 more seconds on here, and then we're gonna go straight to round 2 and then round 3, the final round, and then critiques. Okay, 30 seconds is up, and I'm going to share these results, and the winner,
all right, is Mag.
Easy come, easy go, Melissa. All right, Mag moves up to the next round. Okay.
All right,
let's go back to the top here.
So now we critique the top ones.
No, we're just gonna do. I know we talked about critiquing
we're just gonna vote the whole
now.
thing.
No, we're gonna have everybody vote so they don't get any sort of input from us.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. I'm relaunching the poll. You know, I kid about the horrible mentions, but it might be valuable to certain people just to see, like,
the only way it would be valuable, I think, it would be to notify people privately to say, hey, you were towards the bottom end or something like that. I don't even know if that has any value.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, there has to be a trust on the part of both parties, where this isn't to be made. We're not making fun of you, of your piece. We're just trying to help you. Like, we really want better art in the world.
Yeah, I had a teacher take me aside one time and say, hey, I really need you to step it up.
Wait, did I relaunch the poll, or did I share the results?
No, it's still out there for me.
Oh, shoot. Sorry, guys. I thought I was sharing results. I hit the relaunch. Dang it. This is what happens when I have an important thought I'm trying to speak out.
Relaunched.
Okay, so sorry, guys. Here we go. And ending poll. Share results. That's the button.
There you
go. Okay. And this is another close one. You guys said it was hard and you weren't kidding, but B wins. B advances. Josh White, congratulations.
Congrats.
Chris, thank you for playing. All right. Now another difficult one. Golly, I do not envy you guys.
Kevin had a great idea.
Yeah.
Instead of, worst ones, which we would never do, by the way, we're just joking about that. But he says maybe do a bonus critique of one that didn't make honorable mentions.
There you go.
And just that way they get a critique. The positive is they get a critique on what would get them closer. So
yeah. Well, if we have time at the end of this, Austin, you can go just pick one for us, and we'll see if we have time. Okay, I'm ending the poll. You guys ready? And the results are in. Another close one. This is like 3 votes. Congratulations. Kate, you move on to the next round.
And we are getting comments that we're moving too fast, but we have to, we're trying something new. So bear with us, and we'll get feedback again on whether you like this format. Time is a factor.
Take a good hard look at these, because I'm about to launch this poll again. There we go.
Oh, there's the poll.
It'll be interesting. If I were voting, with Tiger as opposed to next week's is Tiger, we really got a broad range of ideas. So it's a larger playground to play in visually here. I think this next one, where it's based on a story, it'll be really interesting to see how you guys interpret that. I think the images are going to be a little bit more homogenous. So what's going to divide, what's really going to help people win over the other one is your story good? Is your composition good? Okay, I'm in the poll and I'm sharing the results.
Okay, Asia's
and
one.
Another really close one, B. So the first round, it was primarily A's moving up, and this round it's primarily B's moving up.
I'm glad I'm not voting. These are tough.
Okay, soak these in and look at them. And I'm going to launch that poll so you guys get a minute, close your eyes and think, what was the one I still see in my head? That's how you know which one is gonna be the one you're voting for. Last night was the finale for Book of Boba Fett, Will. And boy, was it a finale.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Have you been watching it, Austin?
My wife and I watched like the first two, and the life has been so nuts recently that we just haven't had a chance to watch anything together since.
They don't want any spoilers.
So I accidentally relaunched it again. Dang it, you guys. I'm sorry, but I'm just going to end up with essentially what the results were for the last one. A won by a landslide. It was a little less of a landslide than that, but in the interest of time, A won for real. So Aurelia, congratulations. Really outstanding piece.
Yeah.
But not enough to make it to the final round. Okay, here's our finalists. We're gonna take a deep breath, dive in, and vote.
Launch the poll.
Where'd the poll go? Did I close it? There it is. Okay. And here we go. Does it help that I make a gun firing noise every time I click relaunch? The gunfire does help. Okay, yes. Thank you, Elnor.
I'm partial to the whole launch that poll like tagline we got going too.
Oh yeah, so. Poll launchers, launch that poll, and then the gunshot.
That doesn't sound like a real gun though.
Oh, I can do a real gun noise. I'm just okay. I'm ending the poll. I'm sharing the results. I'm not relaunching.
Ooh, barely.
I want you guys to realize this was another close one, but congratulations, Josh. Good job winning Critique Arena. Amazing.
Yep.
Many of these votes were down to 2 percentage points. Many of them. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. This is cool.
Close.
Congratulations. Kate, you did great.
Yep.
But you didn't win on this date.
Were you?
I had to make it rhyme. All right. Here we go. Let's relaunch the poll. Launch that poll.
So your rhyming reminded me that last week on our little stay up late night with our two oldest sons. We watched Princess Bride.
Yeah.
I love that movie. I love the part where they're rhyming.
It's really good.
Anybody want a peanut?
Stop rhyming now. I mean it.
Best movie ever.
Oh no, it's stop rhyming now. I mean it. Anybody want a peanut?
My favorite part is when he shoves it to 50. You know, when the
all right. Mag
got to 50.
Wins. Congratulations, Mag. And Asia, you made it to the final round, but no cigar. All right, here's our winners.
All right, congratulations.
Josh and Mag. Woo! Everybody give them a round of applause. Pieces. Clapping hand emoji, all that stuff. Okay, let's move into the critique section of Critique Arena. And let me close that. Time to leave the arena.
To enter the
and time to do critiques. So number one, Asia. And I'm going to have to bring in, what was it? Melissa's for critique too. So we'll just put that one right in here. Since Asia somehow snuck 2 in to Critique Arena. Okay. All right. We'll just do quick critiques like we would have done before. What we like, what could have improved. So one thing that I love about this is it's a great story. It's an easily immediately like you get that there's a magician girl or not a magician girl, a circus girl. Like the ringmaster. Is that what they're called? The ringleader? The ringmaster is ringmaster, movie, right?
Ringmaster, yeah.
Okay. And then here we have this ferocious performing tiger, which is a cat. It's just a nice little visual gag. I like that.
It is a boy.
What's that?
It is a boy.
Oh, it's a boy. Okay. Whatever. The point here is good storytelling. What could like take this up to the next level, Will? Where do you think it lacks?
This is a tough one. I mean, it's done so well. I don't at this level, I don't think that it lost because it wasn't good or it needed a change.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, which one did it lose out to? When I can't remember,
Mags.
It
lost to Mags.
Who went on to win the whole thing.
Yeah, this one.
I mean, one of the things that Mag has is color that this one doesn't have, you know, as much color. And we're mesmerized by color sometimes. I mean, I really like, I'm looking at this and I'm going, I get the story right away.
But what's really nice about this is there is a subtle color to it. Like there's just really a little bit of warmth.
Yeah, I don't think it needs any more color. And I love that the cat is reluctant. You know, it's been put up there and is like, what the heck?
Yeah.
It's got great emotion. And
so what we need to, what we need to do? We need to come up with Critique Arena stamps. And the stamp I would give this one is something like this. It would be red actually, or pinkish. And it would have a P on it. And that means portfolio piece.
There you go.
Okay. There's another stamp. We'll see if so this is portfolio piece stamp. Moving on.
Where you can get the gray stamp, which is what?
What's that?
The gray N for no.
Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, what the other stamps are going to be. But that one gets the portfolio piece stamp. All right, this one, I'm actually surprised at how bad this one lost, because
me too.
When we're going
really
through,
good.
This is such a phenomenal piece, and I feel like if we had talked about it, it would have done better. in it. It's subtle, and I think maybe what held it back was because it was so horizontal, it was smaller than the other one. But essentially what I love about it is you got the grandma, you got the girl wearing the tiger kind of cosplay outfit thing, and you have this Boris Wilde big bad bully. And maybe this fell victim to, we didn't give people enough time to really look at it, but you've got this guy on the loose, they're walking past him, and she sees him and imagines herself via shadow eating the boar, which you didn't have to also put stripes in the shadow, but you did. It was so good. It's just so good. Again, this one gets the
done really, really well. I think for me, the story wasn't as clear,
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen something more to where they're going to be okay because she knows something that he doesn't.
Yeah.
Or she's got some kind of a defense that he doesn't know about. That's where it kind of falls apart for me. And I wonder if that was the same for
maybe
other people.
Maybe, but
I was going to say, I wonder about like the poster. I think that was a great touch, but like I didn't really notice it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't like she ripped the face off of it. So I wonder if like something over there, since we often, kind of look at, from left to right, if something over there would help, And I know somebody said, why is it a boar? Because everybody else is human. So
right. And that's my point. In order to tell a really good story, you almost have to err on the side of hitting us over the head with it in the obvious nature of the story.
Okay, so this one, what would we call it? Needs a little work. Just a little work before it's a portfolio piece.
It's great. I would put it in a portfolio for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, moving on to the next one. Why are the P's still on? All right, Merrick. This is another great piece too. And this one, it gets the portfolio piece stamp. The only reason I think it didn't move forward is I think it might not work farther out. Like, I think it's one that needs to be seen at this size.
The other thing is, I think it's fun that he's playing with the ball. I wonder, and then this is the thing I wonder, if you had like soccer players and people like fleeing and jumping off the top of the stadium and, like running and somebody pushing someone, right. Some more action. And it's a really subtle thing and it's beautifully done and it is a beautiful piece, but I just wonder if that would have woken up the voters to go for it. Right. If it made them, if it was more action, I don't know.
Yeah. So maybe this needs like another hour of development on it.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think too, like if you just went in and rendered things out a little bit more, it would have helped it too. So it does feel like this almost feels like the study for the final piece. I could see that. Okay. Next one, Carnivores Anonymous by Kim. We've got two big animals, a little kitten, kind of nervous to be there. It's just a cute, funny story. What I think maybe could have been done to improve this one is, honestly, I don't know that this cropping works. It works. I'll say it works, but it does feel a little tight, little claustrophobic. So I kind of want to see maybe like it coming out here and we're just catching a little bit more of this character on this side. I'm just seeing a little bit more like that. Yeah. And maybe a little bit more of this guy. But
I think that crop works as well. I think it could work to show more, but I think that works as well. The thing for me on this one is when you guys are telling stories, I think you really need to decide what you're trying to get your viewer to feel. This one makes me feel scared for the little cat. I mean, like, the story is clear and I don't like it. You know what I mean? Like
Wait,
there's
the
no
lion's
hope for
gonna
this
eat the
little
cat?
And we tend to project, the things we see in art, which are statements on society. If this was society and this was, a couple of men and a little girl, that's what it feels like to me. Scary.
Yeah. So maybe this is maybe
it's-
this is like an illustration for some sort of like expose on child predators or something like that.
And it could be great for that.
We'll
There
just
could be
go
an article
super
and a
dark.
use for it. But if you're going to try to win Critique Arena, take this into
Yeah.
consideration. You can tell a great story that people don't like or that they're not going to resonate with. And that's
Yeah,
what I think happened in this case.
So maybe it's like this. Like he's like telling him to stop.
Yeah. Yeah, something to give hope that this little girl is going to be okay.
All right, Will. Okay, Tiger feels tiny. Looks like a book cover, which I like the the symbolism of this. A lot of us feel this way, imposter syndrome type of thing. This is just a well done piece. Will, you're the master of color out of the two of us. What do you think of the color here?
Oh, it's great color. Yeah. Yeah, it's great color. I think for this one, for me, it comes down to craftsmanship on the foliage, the water, and the tiger.
Yeah.
And coming up with, you have a lot of detail, for instance, in the tiger. Can you zoom out just a little bit? Yeah, right there. So you have a lot of detail in the strokes of the tiger, but then the bush that's closer to us goes really blurry again. And so, and then the grass under the bush has a lot of detail. So you have to keep your details in order. I mean, foreground has the most amount of details, middle ground less, background obviously less, and you're following that principle. I would say the craftsmanship on the tiger too it gets a little bit mushy. The anatomy and things like that, and we are getting picky because you're definitely a finalist. And
what about how dark and black it gets in places?
I like darker covers than but in the children's book world, the publishing world, they don't typically.
Yeah.
Unless the story has a real need for black, dark colors.
Yeah.
Really dark.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Aurelia, this one is great in that I like the use of color, like this pop of orange. There's great storytelling happening here. There's great texture and like rendering happening here. This, I would say, is another portfolio piece. I don't know what you could do to fix it other than like design wise, maybe, you might see more of a tiger there, but
I like
I think it's fine.
But I think you would, with the design of the chair, I think you would see more tiger.
Yeah. So maybe it's just the chair's more like that or something.
But here's why I think this one didn't win. And you guys in the comments, feel free to totally disagree. What I love about this one is the darkness, the monochrome, and then the color of the tiger popping out is so stark. And the place for the tail is amazing.
Yeah.
What I don't like is, I think the story is suffering because why does the janitor have a throne? I get that he's the king of the jungle and all, but
no.
No, am I
The
missing
lion.
something?
This is a tiger sitting in the lion's den.
Oh, I totally missed it. So then, well,
So that's just you being like dumb.
Maybe he needs more janitor, like maybe a janitor hat sticking out of there or something.
Yeah. You know, janitor
Coveralls.
hat. What's the janitor hat look like?
Yeah, something.
Maybe some more.
I don't know my lions from my tigers.
You missed that day in kindergarten. Well, you were homesick.
Day, yeah. So Martha says she missed it too.
All right.
Okay.
Here's one of our winners. This won for a reason, because it is some hot stuff. This is a really good piece.
Yeah, this one is.
It doesn't mean it doesn't have things you could work on it though, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, go for it.
I think this one is an example of a few things that are really working, that are endearing. And one is the color is just great.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then the pattern, that tiger pattern is done so well. And and patterns in general, when they stick out like that, can really make an illustration visually appealing.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things that are super visually appealing in this piece. This oversimplified trees, which aren't detracting from the detail. So you have this high detail area in the figure of the woman and the tiger. Really good silhouetting. Just like so many things working. I wish there was a little more story on this one, but when I first saw it, I mean, it's very visually striking, and I think that's why it won.
Yeah. I mean, there could be a bit of improvement here with silhouette. Like you squint your eyes and she can get lost in there.
Yeah.
Just a bit. And it might be that instead of brown, she's wearing something that's like a little bit more blue or something. So it just contrasts with the tiger.
That's an option. Another one is to go value wise and to give her light colored hair and to really darken the tiger just a little bit more behind her. Because the tiger's backlit, so you can really darken that tiger a little bit more and really pop that. Yeah.
I kind of want to just see like this tail off the ground a little bit more in places, because it just feels like it's coming out of the leg a little bit. So overall, really well done. Another portfolio piece. Gets the portfolio stamp. Can I put it on there really quick? There we go. Nope. Asia, again, nice try. Trying to get 2 critiques, sneaking it in there. All right, this one, the reason this one made it in the top 16 is I really just I like the rendering of it, the rendering style. I thought it was really pleasantly done. Like it, there isn't much of a story happening here, but this feels like a fully realized world, I do want to know what the relationship between this girl and these tigers are. I could see this being the cover of like a children's book or a graphic novel. Maybe it's like the tiger, you could see, wrong layer. You could see the thing here being like the tiger is perfect space for a title, by Gabriella. So yeah, just good stuff. I don't know what to improve this one, what to work on, other than, again, just remembering your silhouettes. You know, the nose could pop out a little bit more there.
Yeah.
What else? Well,
I don't have much else. I mean, I think it's like you said, it's you know, you get to a certain level and there's like little things. I'm trying to decipher between the things that I would do differently, but they're not right or wrong. They're just artistic differences in style, you know?
Yeah.
So from a technical standpoint, I think she's got it.
Okay. Kate's. This one, I mean, again, this is just fantastically done. One thing I would look at is in character design. This gets so stylized and tapered. Like I feel like this top half works and this bottom half is just a little too much. So I kind of want to see.
I can't tell where the foot and tail, what's going on down there. Yeah.
So I just want to see like a little bit more girth to this tiger and maybe, you know,
haunches.
Yeah, maybe something like that, right?
Yeah. I'll give him some stripes.
It's a little weird, I think, to have some other animal kind of half shadow walking away. I don't think you need that either.
And on this one, story wise, that's my problem with this one is I'm not seeing it. This style is so clean and so striking and so compelling. I mean, graphic designers love graphic styles like this. If you had a strong story in there, and it doesn't have to be complicated, just a strong message, you know, something that you're saying that's really strong, man, you will attract the attention of graphic designers.
You know what you could do? Oh, I'm doing a meeting. Sorry. It's okay. My daughter coming in the wrong door.
Oh.
What you could do is something like this and have like a baby tiger on a little mat right there. And now the story is this baby's learning, you know, having its first tea ceremony or something like that from mom, something like that. Now you got a story.
They're saying it's the year of the ox or something, and that we're not reading the
comment. The ox is leaving,
you know, but yeah, you can. Okay, so here's my advice there is, what do you want to get with your portfolio? You know, I everything that I do when I teach a class for SVS and when I give a critique is based on my critiques are based on helping you get children's illustration work. And what I'm saying is, to be blunt, I don't care about an ox. I'm an art director looking at a children's book portfolio, and you may have nailed the year of the ox and all, but that doesn't mean anything to me as an art director for a children's book.
You got to see the story in there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to include the ox, maybe the ox is like serving both of them, like pouring the tea, you know. Ooh.
And to be another thing, you know, for Kate, she may not care. Like, she may have wanted to do this piece not thinking about putting in a portfolio for children's work, and that's totally fine too. Just know that my comments are always going to be directed towards steering you towards children's book art.
Right.
I was going to say, like, a couple of people were talking about the idea that it has to do with the ox's last year. So the ox is leaving and the tiger's coming. But whenever I've seen people do that kind of story, they usually have some other things that help you kind of see that. So it's like the old year is represented by something old and the new year is young.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the thing. If you want to play with that story, you need to show more of the bull and make it clear, like, the bull is old and done, moving on, and the tiger is young and new.
It's a little cub. All right, we gotta get cooking here because we actually have a meeting coming up here that we got to go to. So
that's right.
So let's do that. Let me just turn off these other ones. Okay, Miranda. I mean, it was a no-brainer to include you in the top 16. This is an amazing cover to a book. You've got Adira in Wonderland. It's like an Indian Alice in Wonderland. This is another portfolio piece.
It's done really well. There's really nothing that I would change on that one.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nope. It's absolutely brilliant. Really good job. So good for you. Go get some professional work. Okay. Yeah. Actually, keep. We like seeing your stuff in Critique Arena. Don't leave us just yet. But if you run out of time because you've got all these book cover offers, please do those instead of Critique Arena. Okay, Julia, this one was fascinating. We picked it ultimately just because rendering style was really, really well done.
Great textures.
Great like movement and stuff. I think ultimately though, what holds this piece back is it just has a muddy storytelling. Like, he's eating the deer, and why is the girl freaking out? Like, is that deer symbolic of something? It's just a little hazy.
Like, I think it would be better without the little girl in the background, because it is a very playful thing that we had to look and say, at first we think that the tiger's killing the deer. Nope, they're doing an ice skating, and then the petals of the flower falling off, symbolizing blood, is a great touch. Maybe their performance is meant to look like the life cycle, but with the little girl in the background in horror,
is like
it may, instead of like, I think it would be better with like, the audience in a rink, just not being in horror and being and understanding what it is, because they saw the performance from the beginning where the tiger wasn't eating the deer, and they know that they skated out on the ice and everything was cool, and now as they're dancing, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, look at it without the girl. I mean, it needs something compositionally there, like it needs a tree or two trees, something like that. But that, I think, is really, I don't think we need the girl, actually.
Yeah.
So, okay. And next one, this one, I absolutely loved. We've got a big fat tiger. Happy birthday, Timmy. Billy the buffalo, Danny the deer, Bobby the boar, all food for the tiger, didn't come to the party because A, they either were already eaten by him, or B, afraid to be eaten by him. So I think this one does not suffer from being a very central kind of composition. I think it actually works in its favor.
Right.
As opposed to the bunk bed one.
Well, and the reason is that it's a close up, so there isn't anything out on the sides to look at.
Right.
That's really why it works better than the other composition where you had lots of things on both sides to look at.
Yeah. So that works. Maybe it doesn't hurt to see how you mixed it up here where it's not exactly the same on the other side. Maybe what you do is just add another tree trunk or a root coming down right there. And that just kind of gives it a little bit more interestingness to it. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Another portfolio piece. Skipped over this one. Josh White, winner, the other winner of Critique Arena. Right? Is that who he's? Yes, it was.
Yeah. Now maybe you'll disagree with me on this. I think it's rendered great. As far as the storytelling goes, I think for me the gag would work better if there were bushes or something between the tiger and the kid, because the kid, if I'm reading it right, the kid thinks that he's scary, but it's really the tiger.
Yeah.
But the kid is going to know that there's a tiger right there.
Right.
It's that huge. I want to see the tiger hidden where he's sticking his head up above the bushes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Yep. I absolutely agree with that one. Yep. Other than that, though, I wouldn't change a thing.
Yeah, Asia says it looks like his pet. That's what I thought initially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, Chris. This one was cool. It's the year of the tiger. We got brand new tigers entering the year, and what we got here is he's painting the stripes on. Your new tiger, you get new stripes. Idea. It's a good. It's just a good concept, huh? So,
there's not really anything I would change on this other than maybe make the hat a little darker so it silhouettes. It kind of falls into the background.
Yeah. Yeah, you could have the whole thing be kind of this darker. Something like that, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
And this one, again, first to go out. I think the reason it lost is because it was up against this one.
Uh-huh.
By the way, one has such a clear.
Is his portfolio worthy?
This one?
Yeah. No, Chris's.
Oh, Chris's?
Yeah.
Would you? Yeah, I'd put it in portfolio. I would fix the hat and then it would go in the portfolio.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go, Chris. Stamp. So this one, again, like this is just a really well rendered, nicely done piece. He's using the turtles as drums, which is just a great gag. But I mean, it's not like it's a gag we haven't seen before. But what's nice is there's 3 distinct personalities for the turtles: angry, shocked, and worried. Right. So I think that's good. I think it's a great character design. And again, this is another one of those pieces where it's at that caliber where I don't know what we would fix on it.
Yeah. Now before you get going, Kim says, is that turtle gut spraying out? And I tend to agree. Like I would show action lines. Instead of like what's
instead of like fire and guts.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So maybe he's really beating on that thing, and I actually think that you would gain more support if the turtles were in on it and they were happy to be the part of the band, to be the drums,
So maybe it's just a matter of doing this.
Yeah, like that. Yep. And then if they were happy, you don't have to draw over, but I don't know. What do you guys think? If they were happy, would it have been more of a fun piece for you guys? Manically happy. Yeah. This is
yay.
He's like, yeah.
Yay.
Not quite, but
not quite. I need a not so fat a brush. All right. And then last piece, Melissa. Easy come, easy go, Melissa.
So I think this one has a missed opportunity, a missed gag.
Yeah.
In the book. What if the book said how to be more alert, as how to be a better predator or something,
Oh, right. Instead of the tiger who came for tea.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little on the nose. He's reading a book about a tiger drinking tea.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just think that it would further the storytelling of like, whenever I see someone doing an illustration like this of, the main character doesn't know what's going on and other characters are fooling around, I ask myself, but would he notice? They're right in front of him. But if he was reading a book that said how to be more alert and aware.
Yeah, you almost want like the tiger, just his head is buried in this book. And he's like,
Laura says predation 101. That would be a great term.
And it's like how to hunt.
And then they're saying, Miriam says bigger book. Yeah, if he's buried in the book more,
and he's just
like you did it. Yeah. How to hunt. Yeah. Then you continue. You make that gag really work with the mice. Great rendering and really great drawing and a lot of work. But you could see the amount of work you do is amplified or squelched by the quality of the story that you're telling.
Yeah.
And you could still go back in on this one and make that work better.
Yeah, I think so.
Anyway, these were great, you guys. These were a joy.
These were incredible.
To critique.
So good job, everybody. Critique Arena number 33. Can you believe this is our 33rd Critique Arena?
Wowzers.
Austin's like, yeah, I can believe it. Sorry, we went over. We went 20 minutes over.
Can we run a poll really quick to see how many people like this new format, A, and if you didn't like the format, B?
Okay, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, relaunch the poll before you hang. Before you hang up.
Is I like it the way you did it today. B is I want to go back to the way you were doing it before. And Eleanor saying I'm new. What's different? Basically, we would critique as we went along, and we would we kind of swayed the vote a little bit. Yeah. So if you put your answer in the poll if you can. Kevin says C. I don't know what option C is.
All right, I'm going to end the poll. We did 30 seconds. I'm going to share the results, Will.
Okay, all right.
9 people like the old version better, but 46 were like, let's do it. And there were, 30 people who didn't, 25 people who didn't vote. So it's okay.
Here's another idea I'm going to throw out there really quick.
Yeah.
Should I do it now?
I guess so. Then let's go. We have to
go really quick. Just a thought, Austin. Yeah. What if we had like a pre-show that was a half an hour before where we did like the critiques of the honorable mentions, and here's a few, and people could tune into that if they wanted. But the real thing starts at the top of the hour.
I think we just are a little bit tighter with our critiques, so it doesn't take an hour and a half.
They're saying yes, they like my idea better than yours, Jake.
All right, fine, whatever. Okay, everybody, we love you. We will see you next month for Riley's invention or whatever she created in the garage. It could be she cooked something in the garage. It was a project of some sort. And Riley is a gender neutral name. So you could do a boy named Riley or a girl named Riley, whatever you want to do. Riley doesn't even have to be a human. Riley could be
some sort of an alien.
A robot.
Robots making a homunculus or something. So just go creative, and we will see you guys next time. We are out.